Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oni's Fight Picks, where I make the picks, you make the cash. This is the show where every UFC event, I'm going to go over the analysis of the fights that are upcoming, and I'm going to go over the bets to take and bets to avoid. So let's get into it with our recap of of our last fight, UFC Fight Night Vegas 47. We had Jack Hermanson versus Sean Strickland. All right, the first fight was Arosa versus Peterson. I had Arosa. I picked Arosa to win. He won. He won via split decision. It was a pretty close fight. I thought precisely what I thought was going to happen happened. Arosa pieced them apart. Peterson just got overtaken by the striking of Arosa. Um, Next, we had Trayshawn Gore versus Brian Battle. I had Brian Battle to win. I've bet a fourth of a unit on Battle. We won that bet. That was the only bet we won that for that event. Unfortunately, wasn't great for our bets, but it was pretty good for our picks. Next, we have Sam Alvey versus Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen took the win, as I thought he was going to. We had a value bet on Sam Alvey. Unfortunately, that didn't pay out, so we lost the unit there. Brendan Allen looks pretty good. Round two, he got a rear naked choke. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Carlston Harris. I had more faith in Harris. Shavkat really impressed me. That was quite the fight. We lost the pick, we lost the bet. So not too big of a deal, but it was a great fight nonetheless. Shavkat looks like a beast. Next, we had Punahele Soriano versus Nick Maximov. This is one where I definitely picked wrong. I thought Punahele had enough to take it out, but Maximov was able to stay in there through the striking. It looks like Soriano got hurt, maybe. I'm not sure what happened with his leg there. But unfortunately, we took a no on that one. We passed on that bet. And lastly, Jack Hermanson versus Sean Strickland. We had Strickland to win. Strickland did win via split decision. He didn't really go off. I thought he was going to go off. He played the smart game. He played the jab, and he played off his jab and won because of his jab. So we still got that pick right. 4 out of 6 for the picks, 1 out of 3, and a negative on our units now. We're negative 0.09 of a unit. So not the worst, not the best. Let's get it back for this week. All right, everybody, let's get into the next fight card. We have UFC 271, Adesanya versus Whittaker 2. Our first fight of the night is Bobby Green versus Nasrat Haqparast. For this one, I have Nasrat Haqparast winning the fight. Now, Bobby Green has great boxing. He's going to definitely stay in the fight. He's going to stay in front of Haqparast, and I think that's a bad decision. Haqparast comes with intent. He comes to fight. He comes to hit. Bobby Green has very good head movement, very good body movement. He's always dipping and dodging, but I don't think that's the best fight plan for Haqparast. Haqparast comes fast. He comes hard. He comes strong. I think for this one, I think Bobby Green's going to play too much. He gets very cocky. He boasts a lot during fights. I don't think that's a good game plan. I think he gets caught kind of like Silva versus Weidman. And I think Haqparast takes this fight. So with that being said, let's move into our betting for this. I am picking Haqparast to win, and I'm betting on him. I have him as a big favorite. I have him as a 200 favorite here, just because of how Green fights. I don't think it's a good matchup for him. Bovada, I checked on the 10th, has him at a minus 140 favorite, so I'm definitely seeing value here, and I'm taking 1 unit on Haqparast. Next, we have our bantamweights, Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. Kyler Phillips has been looking great in his past fights. Even in his loss, he looks great. He has a high output. He's quick. He mixes it up a lot. He does well on the ground. I think all around Phillips is better than Rojo pretty much everywhere. Rojo is new to the UFC. He didn't look great in his debut. And then in his other fights, he just likes to stand and bang with people, and I don't think Kyler Phillips is the guy to do that with. I have Kyler Phillips as about a 300 favorite, and I saw Bovada had the money line at minus 400 favorite. So I don't see any point in picking Phillips here. It's just not worth it. Not worth the money. So you can take a value bet here on Rojo, which I will be doing. I'm going to put a quarter of a unit because it's basically just a coin. we're hoping for a dice roll, you know. So let's hope that hits for us. But I'm picking Kyler Phillips to win this, and that is that. Let's move on to our next fight of the night. We have our middleweights, Jared Cannonier versus Derrick Brunson. This is going to be, I'm seeing if Derrick Lewis and Tuivasa are not the fight of the night, it's going to be Jared Cannonier versus Derrick Brunson. This is two huge strikers. Derrick Brunson, I don't believe he gets the takedown here. I think Jared Cannonier stands up with him, and they keep this fight on the feet. And in that case, Cannonier has two cannons for arms. I can't believe I just said that. But he does, and it's going to be a slugfest with Cannonier taking the win. If Derrick Brunson can get him down, I think that's his best bet, and he needs to. But I'm picking Cannonier for this, and the money line is just not there for me. Cannonier and Brunson are too close, and there's just no money to be made here, in my opinion. So I am passing, and I do not advise betting on this fight. But I have Cannonier to win. All right, we got our heavyweights, Derrick Lewis and Tuivasa. This is going to be the fight of the night, or the runner-up to fight of the night, between Cannonier and Brunson. So this is going to be crazy. Two strikers. Derrick Lewis has power out of this world, matched only by Ngannou. Tuivasa has power. He's got the chin. He's got speed, and he's got skill. Tuivasa looks good in his last fights. He took a lot of shots, which worries me, against Greg Hardy, and I don't think Greg Hardy is that good of a fighter. Derrick Lewis, I have heaps over him, and that scares me a bit. Tuivasa does tend to get hit a lot. Can he survive a Derrick Lewis hit? Probably, maybe. Not a lot of people can. Derrick Lewis is a beast, hence his nickname, the Black Beast. So that's where things get a little tricky for me. I have Tuivasa winning this fight. I think in the majority of fights he's going to win. With his skill, he's going to get out of round one. I think so. Derrick Lewis, after round one, dies off very fast and kind of just stops. So I think Tuivasa gets out of round one, and if he does, he gets the win. Now, that being said, Derrick Lewis can definitely land a shot round one and end the fight. But I have Tuivasa here, and if we look at our bets, I'm putting Tuivasa as a slight favorite. As I said, I think he wins the majority of the fights, but there is the big chance that Derrick Lewis gets that shot off. For Bovada, they had him at a underdog, so I'm definitely taking this because of the heavyweight and because of the chance of Derrick Lewis landing that one hit. I'm not going to put a full unit here, but I'm going to put a quarter of a unit on Tuivasa. All right, and now we have our middleweight title fight between Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. This is the second fight between them. Their first ending in a knockout where Adesanya retained his title and Whittaker lost his. So I think Izzy's going to take it again. Israel Adesanya is going to take the win again. But I do see value in Whittaker. Whittaker's game plan, if he just tightens it up a bit, his rushing in, if he tightens that rushing in up and doesn't let his hands go too much, I think he can take Israel out. That's the game plan he needs to implement. Israel is going to out kickbox him every single time. So I think that Whittaker knows that now, and he's going to fix it. That being said, I still have Izzy for the win. But for our bets, that's what we're here for. I'm taking Whittaker. I have him as a 133 favorite. A 133 underdog, and Bovada has him as a 210. I see pretty good value on that. As I said, I'm picking Izzy, so I'm not going to bet a full unit here, but I'm going to definitely be betting a quarter of a unit on this fight, and I'm excited to see how it rolls. All right, now let's head into a recap of our picks for tonight and our bets. We have Bobby Green versus Nasrat Haqparast. I have Haqparast winning, and I have a unit on him. Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. I have Kyler Phillips winning, and I have a quarter unit on Rojo as a value bet. Cannonier versus Brunson. I have Cannonier winning, and we're passing on that. Derrick Lewis versus Tuivasa. I have Tuivasa winning, and we're putting a quarter unit on Tuivasa. Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. We have Izzy winning, and we're putting a half unit on Whittaker. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Go check out my Twitter at OniPicks and like and subscribe to this video. It really does help. I'm trying to grow this channel. And also, if you can, leave a comment below. Tell me what your picks are. Tell me what you guys are excited for in the future. What events you're excited for. Really anything. I'll answer every comment. And I hope to see you guys again. Thanks again. Goodbye.